Samir gets away from one man. He's got his first down. Samir inside the 10, 5, leaps across the goal line. Touchdown, Panthers.
The BSC Sports Show is being brought to you by Alabama Power, always on. America's First Federal Credit Union, refreshingly unbank-like. Chick-fil-A in Fultondale, home of the original chicken sandwich. Dreamland Barbecue, ain't nothing like 'em nowhere. The Greater Birmingham Convention and Visitors Bureau. Express Oil Change and Tire Engineers. If we don't take care of our customers, someone else will. Limbaugh Toyota, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Pepsi, out of the blue. Piggly Wiggly, we'll see you at the pig. St. Vincent's Health System, care you can believe in. And by Summit Express Urgent Care, at the summit of urgent care. Welcome into this month's edition of the BSC Sports Show. I'm Landrum Roberts. On this month's show, we'll sit down with head volleyball coach Jeff White and recap the 2015 Birmingham Southern volleyball season. Then later we visit with head track coach Coach Cox. All of that coming your way next here on the BSC Sports Show.
As a member of the Birmingham Southern volleyball team, my position is a setter, and my job is to run the offense and to hopefully be as consistent as possible, hopefully install some confidence in my hitters and work with everyone on the court, including passers, hitters, everyone. I chose Birmingham Southern partially because of this volleyball program and partially because of academics. It's a great academic school, and I knew that I would be challenged in the classroom and on the court. Well, we had a really strong preseason this year that prepared us well for our conference season. We traveled to Emory for their tournament and played some really great out-of-region teams. We also traveled to Maryville and played Washington and Lee, who was ranked last year and traveled to the NCAA tournament. We actually started our season with Emory, #1 ranked going into the season, and it was a really tough game, but it also gave us a great gauge, and we were able to finish our season against the same team and see how much better we'd really gotten. Following conference play this year, we finished second in the conference behind Hendrix, who ended up ranked 8th in the country. So that brought a lot of strength to our conference this year. We traveled to Barry and played University of Chicago, who was ranked 22nd in the country. And we came out, we were really confident. It was a really fun game to play, and we beat number 22. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had. And the next day we went on to play Emory, who was ranked number 3 in the country. And we just played out of our minds. It was such a great way to end the season. Well, I knew this year during the first day of preseason that this was going to be a really special team. We have a chemistry on and off the court that I don't think we've really had in past years. Coach White, something that he brings that's really great for us is his consistency. He brings the same thing to practice, same attitude every day. We approach every game the same way. One of his main points going into games is to treat every opponent as if it's the #1 team in the country and to treat them all equally and have respect for your opponent. And I think that really helped me mentally, personally this year against some of the smaller teams we play. We attacked that the same way that we attacked Emory at the end of the season, and that prepared us to be successful in every game.
Welcome back to the BSC Sports Show. Landrum Roberts now being joined by Birmingham Southern head volleyball coach Jeff White. Coach, when we left folks last, you were hitting the meat of your conference schedule. You had the Hendrix Warriors coming into Bill Battle Coliseum, the #1 team at that time in the Southern Athletic Association.
Yeah, that match was incredibly important for us. Unfortunately, we lost in 5 sets. We had a lead of 8-5 in the 5th set, and they just played great and beat us 15-12. That match decided who was going to host the conference tournament, and history tells you that you have to host to win. All of our conference champions have hosted the tournament. So it was a really important match. Our girls were really disappointed, but we knew that that wasn't going to be the last they were going to hear from us.
And you felt good heading out to Conway, Arkansas, and you played well the first couple of days that you were there.
Yeah, we beat Swanee in the first round. We had a great match. Unfortunately for them, they didn't have their setter, who was dismissed from the team. But we got back to the championship match. That's basically the most important part. We beat Barry in the semifinals, but getting to the championship against Hendricks, again, in the same exact situation as last year, they just have our number. They're just a really good team, well-rounded, and it prepared us for the NCAA tournament ultimately, but we really wanted to win that championship.
Well, you mentioned the NCAA tournament. Let's talk about that. A first here at Birmingham Southern College. BSC earns its first ever NCAA tournament berth in the second year under you as a head coach. You had to be excited and thrilled for your program.
Yes, I mean, it's a big moment for our team and for our kids. Our seniors especially, because they had worked so hard, and I promised these things when I came in here. I said, if you just listen and work hard and just kind of do what I ask you to do, I guarantee you'll get there. And I was hoping to come through on that promise, and they did a great job. I mean, we came in second, but we had such a tough conference. Barry, we had 3 teams out of our conference make it into the region, so they were excited. We were all excited. Joe Dean was really excited because it's his first time.
Well, that's always good when your athletic director is excited about some of your achievements,
yes,
right?
Yes.
Hey, a tough first draw, though. You played the University of Chicago. Talk about that match and then the one that followed after.
Well, I mean, we were happy to get in the conference tournament. We maybe thought we were higher than a 4 seed in our region, but, you have to prove things on the court. Again, the conference championship match against Hendricks kind of took away our chances of getting a higher seed. Playing a 5 seed, they were actually ranked number 22 in the country. They have a first-team All-American outside hitter. So it was a tough first-round draw, but we did extremely well. That match was one of the most exciting matches I've ever been involved in.
Well, the semifinals, that's where you faced Emory. You know Emory was going to be very, very good. You lost a tough one in that match, and I think Hendricks ended up beating Emory, and they actually used your strategy, your film, your tape, and their approach to playing.
Yeah, after they won, their coach texted me and said, "We use your game plan." They watched us, obviously, because they were waiting for their match, and they have a couple more hitters than we had, like just big, strong hitters, and plus Emory had been worn out. They had gone to the limit in the first round. They almost got beat in the first round by Greenville. And then we took them, in the fourth set, it was 23-all. We had a chance to push them 5. They just weren't playing well that weekend. They have 5 first-team, 5 All-Americans, either first or second team, and they were getting shut down. And I haven't really looked at the film from Greenville, but I know from our film, they just weren't producing the way they normally do. And then I think they were just mentally worn out. I think they were upset that they didn't get to host the tournament. Playing in the region final, not at home, being the number 1 seed, I think it might have got to them a little bit.
And some different rules as far as the NCAA logistically. You would have thought that they would have hosted, but
absolutely.
It turns out it's in Rome, Georgia.
Yes.
And
I guess there's some rules about 500 miles and different things like that. I don't know exactly what happened. I don't know how the seeds happened. I mean, Barry came in 3rd in our conference, and they were seeded higher than us in the region. I don't know how that all happened, and they hosted. So whatever, you play how you play, and we were just excited to win our first round. So not only do we make the tournament for the first time, but we won our first round match. So that's pretty exciting for us.
So you fall in the semifinals. That would be your final match of the year to the Emory Eagles. But let's put a big bow on this, all the individual achievements by some of your players. We'll talk about conference honors. But first of all, AVCA, honorable mention All-Americans. Of course, Katie McCormack, and then your newcomer from Bob Jones High School up in Madison, Geneva Salter. Those 2 played great all season.
They did. I mean, our setter, Katie McCormack, she's a senior, a leader, runs the show out there. I basically don't really tell her anything out in the court. She and I have a good relationship where we talk about the game plan before the match. She goes out there and just runs the show, calls her own plays. It's like having a Peyton Manning out there, honestly. And Geneva is just a big, strong girl that, just powers through people. Beginning, about the first 10 matches, people didn't know who she was. In the middle of the season, they figured out her shots, and she realized that this is a different level, and they took away her best shots, and she had to learn how to adjust, make different, plays, not just hit her big power shot. And she actually became a much better player as the season went on. She led our conference in kills and kills per set, and Katie led our conference in assists per set. So they both really produced, especially when it came down to beating Chicago. They both did an incredible job.
Well, didn't want to short Geneva Salter. Also, the ABCA recognized her as the South Region Newcomer of the Year and a Freshman of the Year.
Yes, Freshman of the Year.
Outstanding achievement for her. And also don't want to leave out Molly Peavy. She was named to the All-Tournament team.
Yes, she decided to have her best match of the year against the number 2 team in the country. You know, when you get that late, there's so much film out there that people focus on your main players. Their goal, you could tell, was to shut Geneva down. That was their job. You know, they committed 2 blockers to Geneva on almost every play, which leaves the other pin, we call them pin hitters, the other side of the court wide open. So Molly was hitting against 1 blocker the whole day, and she had 17 kills and 0 errors, which is phenomenal. She hit over 600. If you want to think about baseball, you know, if a baseball batter hits over 600, that's pretty good. She just had the match of her life, and she was the main reason why we became, well, almost beat them, basically. She was incredible that day.
Well, the 25-6 season, all the accomplishments, the first for your program, and I know it had to be rewarding for all of the seniors that played for you this year after spending so much time and hard work here on the Hilltop in their past 4 seasons. They leave on a great note. Yeah,
they have been such great leaders for our team. They had to come from a team 4 years ago that was okay. That by their own admission, it was okay. They were pretty good. They were 7-7 in conference a couple times, 3rd or 4th, 5th place, whatever. And they've had to go through coaching change, system changes, all that stuff. And then a new guy comes in and says, hey, we're going to win this thing. And they're like, whoa, what's going on here? You know, because I was promising them a deep run to the NCAA tournament. I want to give special credit to Lauren Bedford, just for a second. She is an unsung hero. She doesn't get, she was 2nd team all conference this year. She's been honorable mention, but she's our libero and she dives through walls. She's been played injured. She basically has to rest her body for a year right now because of the things she's put herself through. But in the match against Chicago, she ran into the bench literally and bruised a rib during the match. Our trainer brought her back in the back room. We were up 12-4 at the time. Their team went up 20-14 while she was gone getting trained. Came back into the match, and we ended up winning 26-24 in the 4th to advance. That's how we advanced. That's how much of an influence she had on the match, and what a great job she does for us defensively. Her play, the digs don't count for points, so people don't really notice those or care about those as much, but she saves points. And just the heroism of her to get injured. Our team almost loses it. She comes back, and to come back from 20-14 is almost impossible. And because of her play, we were able to come back and win 26-24, and I just give her a shout out for that because that's just the kind of thing that she does. She plays hurt, and she plays well hurt.
Well, so maybe another banner going up here.
Yep, a regional banner.
Go Battle Coliseum.
Yes, definitely. Joe's already designed it and ordered it, and it's going up soon.
All right, let's take a sneak peek to next year. We're already looking to 2016.
Yes.
Lots expected,
yes.
Big expectations now, Coach White. You're in your 3rd season. The group that you have coming back and your plans for the upcoming season.
Well, we have obviously a great core. We have our freshman class was really good, obviously, with Geneva, Marjorie Ward. We have Milena Hissam, who's a DS who really wants to be the libero. She's an incredible player. We're losing our setter. You know, we're losing our libero. You know, we're losing Molly on the right side. We're losing another backup setter. So, you know, we're losing great kids, you know, but at the same time, we have a huge class coming in. Our freshman class next year is going to be 7 kids. All of them have won state championships or came close. They play for great clubs. They're big, tall girls. We have, I think, 4 girls coming in that are 6 foot or taller. So we'll be all right.
All right, so we expect a national championship trophy next year.
Well, we're going to go for it. We're going to try.
All right, well, it's the holiday season. You're going to get back to the West Coast. You're heading out to California for Christmas? You're going to stay around here?
This actually isn't my year to go back to California. My wife's from Atlanta, so we're going to go to Atlanta. But I'm going to go back in January to see my parents. But yeah, I mean, I spend some time in California every year.
Well, congratulations this year. Happy holidays. A safe and a happy one for you and your family.
Thank you.
All right, that's Birmingham Southern head volleyball coach Jeff White. When we come back, we talk with the head track coach here at BSC. That's Mr. Kenneth Cox. All of that comes your way next here on the BSC Sports Show.
As a member of the volleyball team, I'm a middle blocker, and I'm basically in charge of blocking the net, which is pretty important for our defense. And I'm also expected to run plays and be up every time so that Katie Mack can run her offense in the best way possible. And I love being a middle. It's really challenging, and I'm a little bit shorter than most middles in our conference, but it's fun because I'm fast and I can run a lot of plays around the net. And as Coach likes to call me, I'm a mosquito, so I like distract and annoy the bigger, slower middles. The collegiate level is a lot more intense and competitive. I chose Birmingham Southern a lot for the volleyball program. I wanted to continue playing, I wanted to be part of a team, I wanted to represent my college, but I also am driven academically, and I wanted a school that would match my ambitions and prepare me for grad school. And Birmingham Southern has great alumni connections, and it's a wonderful school as far as you can play a sport but still be involved in some things around campus. And I feel like the community atmosphere at Birmingham Southern is just amazing, and I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Well, a personal achievement was I hit over 500 a couple times, and that was a goal of mine coming into this season. So achieving it was wonderful, and I was really excited. Team achievements, wow, we had so many, it's hard to just pick one. We went undefeated at home again, which was great, and we had a better record this year on the road. And I think honestly my favorite memory was figuring out that we made it to the NCAA tournament, and just my whole team was so excited the whole day, and we were walking on cloud 9 around campus, and all of our peers were congratulating us the whole week. So, and then getting to that experience, getting to the tournament and actually doing well, making it past the first round, and that was by far my favorite memory and one that I'll have for my whole life.
The reason I came to Birmingham Southern was just because they have a really good school. I'm one of the guys that kind of looks past, or kind of looks into the future, and I wanted to go somewhere that would give me a good education to prepare me for a good job, and I knew that Birmingham Southern was the place for me. I'm a thrower on the track team. I throw shot put, discus, and hammer, and outdoor. Indoor, I just do shot put and weight throw. And throwers, we're kind of like the linemen of the track team. We're the bigger guys, a little bit slower. We're not the best runners, but we're usually stronger than our sprinters. And our job is to start off the meet strong for the team. Like last year at conference, we had 2 of our throwing events before most of the running events. So last year we really started out strong at Rhodes for our conference championships, winning 2 events for the men and 1 event for the women. Balancing academics and athletics here is huge. Being such a good school, you really have to put in the time and effort in your classes to make good grades, so you can compete in athletics. I really love all my professors that I've had here at Birmingham Southern. I really like the small class feel, because when you go to class, you actually build relationships with your professors, and you're not just that guy who sits in that seat every day. You're, a person, a student in that class, and you can go to them with any questions you have, any problems you have, and they'll be able to help you. Coming into college athletics, especially track and field, was a huge change. In high school, we only had a 3-month season. Coming into college, where you're practicing all year round, the coaches really did a good job of helping us make that transition, and doing off-season training starting in August instead of start training in mid-January for the outdoor season.
Welcome back to the BSC Sports Show. Landrum Roberts now being joined by Birmingham Southern head cross country and track coach Mr. Kenneth Cox. And Kenneth, you're no stranger to Birmingham Southern. You've been on the hilltop now for 8 seasons.
Yes, sir.
Your 7th as a head coach of this program.
I feel like I've been here, long enough to be a part of, the community, be a part of the state, and just everything that has happened over the last couple of years in terms of our growth, the positive growth, the changes within the administration. It's been good, so I'm excited.
So you grew up in the state of North Carolina.
Yes, sir, I did.
You played for the Tar Heels.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You actually were a walk-on
1997. Was
Yes,
that
sir.
Mac Brown's last year?
It was Mac Brown's final year at Chapel Hill. Exciting time, and equally as much of an exciting time now, here at UNC.
Well, those football coaches are always trying to steal the track guys. The guys are the burners on the outside, just saying, hey, if you can catch a cold, you can come and you can play wide receiver for me. So I guess wide receiver would have been in the natural position.
Yes, sir.
That you played there. But you ran for the track team.
Yes, sir.
There in Chapel Hill. The 60, the 100, and the 200. Had a big-time college career.
Yes, sir. Well, it's humbling. UNC is a big program. Chapel Hill is great. I had the opportunity to run for some amazing coaches. Coach Fry, who is the head track and field coach at South Carolina now. He was very instrumental in my career, my collegiate career. And then, growing up, being a football track guy, it was one of those things that I always wanted to do. It was a dream of mine to be able to play college football. And so the strength and conditioning coaches at UNC, said it needed some speed on the team. Gave me an opportunity to try out, made the team, and it was fun. It really was fun for me. But my heart has and always will be, in track and field. And so, so I devoted my last 2 years just to track and field only. And it was the best decision that I made,
After your career and finishing your time there at UNC, you changed roles.
Yes, sir.
You got to Atlanta.
Yes, sir.
And you began, I guess, your coaching career.
I did. My parents, both my parents were coaches, club coaches, very much involved in the community. And so, although I had graduated with a communications degree and worked, in communications, I worked for Nokia for a number of years. It was something that was always just kind of missing. I became an account manager. I traveled all over the nation, but there was something missing, and that missing piece really was track and field. So, being in Atlanta, being in the area that afforded me an opportunity to kind of pursue my passion of getting back into coaching, or getting back into track and field rather. It was just kind of an easy fit. Every time I would interview for a job, people would always ask, that's great, but don't you want to be a track coach? And so I think the writing was on the wall. It really was. And so when I had an opportunity to coach in the community, to coach a club team, it was just kind of like riding a bike. You never forget. You should never forget how to do it.
Well, when you're coaching at the college level, of course, every coach here at Birmingham Southern, you're working year-round. But a little bit different with you. You coach the cross-country team, which takes place in the fall.
Yes, sir.
And then you switch over to the indoor, outdoor. Very little downtime for you. So you're going Labor Day to Memorial Day.
That's correct.
When do your kids train? Because really, in the off-season, your off-season starts after May.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of these kids, they didn't grow up around Birmingham. They go home for the summer.
Yeah, they do.
It's got to make it challenging for you as a head coach.
It does. I lean a lot on my assistant coaches. They do a tremendous job of balancing. I have 3 assistant coaches. Assistant coach that helps me with the cross country side of things. Then I have a throws coach, and also have a pole vault coach. So between the 4 of us, we get it done. We plan, we meet often. We talk about what we want to do and what we need to get accomplished in order to have a successful season. From a training perspective, it's one of those things where we talked about our athletes at the beginning of the season, or even throughout the recruiting process. We talked to them about what it's going to take for them to be successful at the collegiate level. Part of it is, yes, training and making a commitment in the off season, because our season is so long. If we waste any time, if we don't have the proper tools that we need once the meets start, then they're going to be at a disadvantage. So we start in the middle of the fall with the track and field portion of our off season, and then for our distance runners who are competing in cross country, and then also transitioning into track and field, they're putting in mileage in the summertime. They're putting in mileage during the break. They're putting in mileage really whenever they can. But it's that commitment that has led to the success that we've had in the SCAC previously, and then also in the SAA.
Talk about that success, team success, and also a lot of individual achievements from your former student athletes.
Yes, sir. So, I mean, when I came in, we were still in our transition and getting ready for the SCAC. And so that was a great opportunity for us because we really didn't know as a track and field program, what to expect of the schools in our conference. But we had an opportunity really to have those 2 or 3 years where we can kind of test the water and really make a commitment to doing things the right way, so that when we were an opportunity to compete for conference championships, we were ready, and we took full advantage of it. In 2012, I mean, I really couldn't have asked for a better first season of our track and field program in the SCAC. We went to nationals for the very first time, and came out of that successful. Really did. We had 3 All-Americans, 3 All-Americans, but one of them was a national champion in the 60 hurdles, and all 3 of those athletes went on to continue to be conference champions, All-Americans, and 2 of them became national champions as well.
I remember the first time we were actually there at the stadium, and I saw one of those national champions, Miss Tiara Good. She was running around the track, and I remember saying, "Coach, who is she?" And I quickly found out who exactly she was.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. She was special. She is special. Continues to be just a tremendous representative of Birmingham Southern, and then also too some of those other athletes that have really kind of taken her passion, taking her commitment for excellence to the next level. Really being committed to not just what we do on the track or within cross country, but also out in the community. And it's been tremendous to watch them grow. It's funny. Matter of fact, before this interview, I just got a text message from one of our seniors, Kelsey Holbrooks, who just got accepted to medical school.
Wonderful.
And that's what it's all about. It really is.
All right, well, this past season, we'll start with cross country, your men's and women's team. The men, strong throughout every meet. I don't think you finished lower than third in any of your meets, and then you finished third at the conference finals. And the women, 5th place. It seemed pretty much throughout the year.
Yes,
5th place was just your spot.
Yes, sir.
But the women also performed when you got to the national, the nationals there in Virginia.
Yes, sir.
And I think finished 16 out of 30 teams.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So our conference is really competitive, and we enjoy being in this conference. We believe that if we're in a conference as strong as the SAA, and we can compete well in that conference, that's going to transition over to our regional and also our national experience. And then our guys continue to fight. We didn't have a single senior on that team. Everybody's coming back. We've got a good group of freshmen that will be coming in next year, so we're excited about it. Our women, they're young as well. We only had 1 senior of that group, but we had a tremendous push from our juniors, and our sophomores and our freshmen are going to be even better next year. So we're excited about next year.
Indoor season kicked off last week.
Yes, sir.
Or started last week. Your outlook for 2016?
I predict that it's going to be one of our best seasons yet. We same thing with respect to the seniors that we graduated last year. We didn't graduate a lot of seniors. We got a tremendous group of sophomores and juniors that are here. Not a lot of seniors as well this year, and I believe we're going to be deeper than we were in years past. Some of the holes that we had within some of the events, we filled those holes, and it's going to be exciting. It really is on the men's and women's side.
All right, and so then in the spring, you move it outdoors.
Yes, sir.
You've got track and field full force.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of your athletes that have had success, they're coming back, and so good things in store for Kenneth Cox and the Birmingham Southern
I'm excited.
track and field program.
I really am. We host the 2016 Outdoor Championships here at Birmingham Southern at the end of April. Last time we did that was in 2012, which was our first year in the SCAC, and we just missed winning the conference championship by 1 point, And so, that taste has still been, in our mouths for the last, 4 or 5 years. And so we want to do something about it. And that's what we're doing right now, working hard every single day and trying to get better, so that we can be ready to represent the Hilltop, represent BSC, and just represent, ourselves, at the conference championships.
Okay, Coach, the last Olympic Games I'm watching, and they're reading off the diet of Usain Bolt. This is a world-class athlete, maybe the best it's ever run. He holds world championships. He has Olympic medals running out of trophy cases in his home. And he ate McNuggets, chicken McNuggets. Is that what it takes? Is there a hope for a guy like me? I mean, just load up on chicken McNuggets. Does it make you faster?
It may make you faster, but you might not be running for the same purpose that he's running. But everything is about, it's about preparation. And when you're running amazing times like he's running, I mean, you can pretty much eat whatever you want to eat.
All right, Kenneth, you're a North Carolina native.
Yes, sir.
You and your wife and your family all live here. Yep. Christmas holidays coming up. You heading back to North Carolina? You going to stick around?
We're going to be here. I just went home for Thanksgiving. We just got back a couple of weeks ago from Thanksgiving.
Not too much too soon with the family, right?
Well, my mom celebrated her 60th birthday. We had a surprise birthday party for her, and part of the surprise was us returning to North Carolina for Thanksgiving. So we're going to be here in Birmingham. We love it here. It's an exciting time for our family. It's because we get a chance to we're not in season. I'm not traveling for this holiday. So it'll be fun. I'm excited about it. And, we're going to spend Christmas in Birmingham. So it's going to be great.
Coach, happy holidays to you and your family.
Thank you.
Continued success here at Birmingham Southern.
Thank you so much. God bless you as well.
God bless you. That's head track and field coach and cross country coach, Mr. Kenneth Cox. And the BSC Sports Show wraps up when we come back.
On the Birmingham Southern track and field team, I'm a sprinter, so that means I do the 1, 2, 400, 4x1, and 4x4. And I guess I would also consider myself a leader, even coming in as a freshman, not really having the title as a captain, but just having leadership skills and getting the team together to do team bonding, especially with the girls. I chose BSC because it was a smaller school. I did get offers from other bigger schools, but me coming from a high school where I graduated with 85 students, I just didn't see myself in a really large school. And then also Coach Cox was also a big aspect in that. I guess my favorite thing at Birmingham Southern is, like I mentioned earlier, the family aspect. That's a really key part to me, even though I can go home to see my family. They're only 2 hours away, but it's good to know that I have people in a support group here on campus, whether that be my coaches, the faculty, or even my own teammates, just knowing that I can go and confide in them and talk to them about anything that is pressing me, or if I'm having a good day or a bad day, just knowing that I can go talk to them and knowing that they'll be there for me and vice versa, I'll be there for them. And I guess that's really what drew me to this school, was really the family aspect of everybody at the school, including the president. Me, as a person, I'm very hard-headed, and I don't really, not that I disrespect authority, it's just hard for me to listen to authority, I guess. And so me coming in as a freshman, I thought that I had my goals and I knew what I was gonna do, and this is my way, there was no other way to do it. But as becoming a member of the track and field team here, and then sitting down and talking to Coach Cox, it really helped me understand that there are many ways to do things, and I guess it also developed my leadership skills after, I guess, with Coach Cox. And then also I became a better athlete because I realized that, hey, there are people who know a lot more than me, and I should listen to them to get good advice.
Well, that's going to do it for this month's show. Special thanks to Birmingham Southern College President Dr. Ed Leonard, Athletics Director Joe Dean Jr., Associate Athletics Director Kenna Waters, and the Sports Information Director Sarah Recca. From our Birmingham Southern College family to yours, happy holidays. This edition of the BSC Sports Show has been brought to you by Alabama Power, always on. America's First Federal Credit Union, refreshingly unbank-like. Chick-fil-A in Fultondale, home of the original chicken sandwich. Dreamland Barbecue, ain't nothing like 'em nowhere. the Greater Birmingham Convention and Visitors Bureau, Express Oil Change and Tire Engineers. If we don't take care of our customers, someone else will. Limbaugh Toyota, home of the lifetime powertrain warranty. Pepsi, out of the blue. Piggly Wiggly, we'll see you at the Pig. St. Vincent's Health System, care you can believe in. And by Summit Express Urgent Care, at the summit of urgent care.
This is Carmen Shu, and I'd like to wish the BSC family a Merry Christmas, and I hope to see y'all at Outdoor Conference, which is here at the stadium.
From the Birmingham Southern Volleyball team, have a happy holidays.
I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas from the Birmingham Southern Track and Field team.
Happy holidays from the Birmingham Southern Volleyball team.
That's about to go on Snapchat, by the way.
Bell ringing in my ear.
Good.
It's killing me in my ear. Like, 3, 2.